रही है। Hi Danya.
Good evening, sir.
Danya, where are you?
Online.
Online, right? Good. And you are all offline. So now, what was the homework?
Yes.
What was the homework, Danya?
What was the homework?
Yeah, no homework.
No, there was nothing.
Danya, what was the homework? I think so she knows and she must have done at home. Sure.
Danya, there was no homework, no?
Yes, sir. There was no homework.
Okay, no homework. There was homework.
We don't have.
Okay, so today we are starting with a new topic, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Chemical changes and reactions.
Sir, we got chemistry marks.
What is that? How much you got?
4.
4.
3.
3. 3 marks. और तुम्हारा?
1.
1. Oh. Then
4.
4.
So write their names also.
3.
How's that?
Absent.
2.
1. 2.
2.
Good. 0. और 3. क्या हो गया ये? And Danya, how much you got?
4.
Sir, 4.
4.
So she's that not. She's not wrong.
Highest.
Tie. No, tie.
Tie.
Sir, maybe good.
4 are you? क्या हुआ? 20 marks में से 16 marks gone. Out of 20 ना? 10.
20.
20. I was thinking that it was out of 10. But now 20. क्या हो गया? Chemical reaction balancing.
Balancing was easy, but
हाँ, क्या हो problem?
like balancing. No,
Balancing.
balancing was easy, but they have given the name. They have not given the formula. So it got
Okay.
hard for me.
Achha.
Balancing.
Say.
Because in the equations, because we have so in there they have given the chemical equations and the type. Yes.
Okay.
So I got something wrong maybe in that. So I got this. That was
Okay.
having a
Now, one homework I am giving you every day, so that this 3, 4 will not come. Okay? क्या करना है आपको? You will have to do one thing. Is that you will have to write every day at least 10 compounds. Okay? Children, make a practice book.
Practice.
Practice book any old diary will do. ठीक है?
No, I don't have any.
अच्छा, old diary नहीं तो अपना जो पहले का जो book है 8th standard का वो ले लीजिए, ठीक है? और you make a practice book of 200 pages, and then start practicing every day 10 formulae. Means like our sodium sulfate. First column you will make 2 columns. अरे sodium sulfate compound Na2SO4. ये कैसे लिखना है? एक मिनट. Then you have to remember the chart. What is the valency of sodium ion? It is +1. Sulfate. You have to take that chart. 2 minus, and then what is the valency? 1, and this is 2. Crisscross. Right? क्या मिलेगा आपको? Na2SO4. इसको कितना लिखना है आपको? 10 compounds, 10 formulae, 10 times.
What?
एक formulation. Then every day, okay, you write down now. How will you write? ठीक है? सबसे पहले formula आपको cover up करना है. 100, yes. Now, सबसे the moment you get up, the first thing which you will do. First.
So I can't get up.
When you get up, okay, immediately you have do your daily course of action or whatever routine you're doing. Okay, brush your teeth, have coffee or tea, whatever.
Then I go
Then
to class.
cycling, cycling करने के बाद, ठीक है, आई, and then you start practicing, okay, these formulae 10 times, and after you have done all the formulae, then you will write the chemical reactions. जितने भी अपने ड्यूटी वॉल्यूम में है और your books में है, all chemical reactions first is write in the form of formula only. No need to write in words. Okay, write down each. Let us say, for example, this reaction NaOH plus HCl giving you NaCl plus H2. Okay, एक बार लिखा. उसके बाद second time write only the reactants. Don't write products. Without देख के cover this up. Okay, cover this up and then write, yes, NaCl. So positive ion will attract negative ion. So what do you get? NaCl. This H will attract OH. Yes. Then cover up this. Okay, and then write down. या ले इधर scale रख दो या paper रख दो. 5 बार लिखो. Reactions. Formula 10 times.
How many reactions?
5 times.
So one reaction, sir.
One reaction 5 times. Then okay, or 5 reaction every day, 5 reactions. So 5 times means how much? Every day assignment. And how will you do it? You write down the date. पहले सबसे पहले book open करेंगे. Date. Today is what? 20th. Suppose in the evening you will go home and have your, for example, breakfast or have some grub, and then just sit down and start working on this. And first thing first, okay, practice this.
Starting today.
Today itself. Today, okay, you to start.
You have to do it every day.
Every day, yes. Every day you to do. Okay.
Whole year.
Irrespective of Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, every day.
So
And
Friday,
you will find that every day, yes. Every day, जब तक complete नहीं हुआ और complete होगा तो और एक बार, ठीक है? Every day complete करना है कुछ compounds, and then every day you do this, and then take your parent signature. Suppose you start, and let us say starting time you write. Suppose 7:30 I have to start कर दिए. 7:30, then let us say for example by 8 o'clock you have finished writing this.
Okay.
8 o'clock खत्म कर. Then take your parent signature.
Yes.
Then next day again, okay, again write down, take your parent signature. Starting time you write, ending time. And you will find that this is 3 marks का क्या हो जाएगा children? 20 on 20. सबको 20 on 20. And you will not remain absent. You say, sir, I want to give extra exam. Okay, yeah, why? Because you will get more confidence. Again, with this happy note, who have been now, and this one more thing, all these tests which you are getting like 2, 3, 4, 5, जो भी मिला है, is we are recommending you to write the retest. ठीक है ना, रीटेस्ट लिखिए, संडे को ये संडे आ रहा है ना,
हाँ,
ask the people, for example, here, okay, in the reception, you ask the teacher when to give the retest. You come and write on the test.
same questions.
Same नहीं, शायद दूसरा पेपर होगा, okay? या फिर same paper also if you get, if you are getting full marks, that means you are through. Clear? But prepare it properly and then come. ठीक है ना? Okay, so you this way you will have to work, and then only you will get, for example, good marks in your school. ठीक है? तो अभी ये क्या करना है, daily के daily, and I will ask you, your parents को हम लोग पूछेंगे, okay, are you showing the homework or not every day? It's an assignment which has to be practiced daily. ठीक है? Now, Tanya, did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Now all of you start working on this, let us see the second topic. Second topic today is nothing but what? Chemical changes
Reaction.
and reactions. Okay? Now what are chemical changes? Chemical changes are nothing but what? A change of composition. What is change of composition? When you do burning of coal or burning of fuel.
Pollution of gas.
Yes, burning of fuel is nothing but what? Or burning of a gas, or there is coal, okay, is leading to what? Formation of what? Let us say carbon dioxide and water vapor.
Yes.
Yeah. Now this carbon dioxide which is evolved due to burning of fuel plus large amount of heat is generated, then definitely is a chemical change. Likewise, for example, digestion of our food is a chemical change. Yes or no, children?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Third is nothing but what? For example, respiration, photosynthesis. Am I right?
Yes.
These are nothing but what? Chemical changes. Likewise, for example, if you are talking about any chemical reaction where the old substances which are called as reactants are changing into what? Products, or changing into some new substances. So old substances is called as what? Old substances or original substances are called as what? Reactants.
Reactants.
Okay, and the new substances are called as what? New substances which are formed are called as what? Products. Okay, and therefore this is nothing but a chemical reaction. Let's take an example over here. Let suppose you take hydrogen here and you react with what? Chlorine, and you get what? Hydrogen chloride gas. Now here what is happening over here? There is a bond between two hydrogen atoms and there is a bond between two chlorine atoms. Now what is happening? First, unless these bonds are broken down, you cannot get HCl bond. Yes or no, children? That means what is the meaning of a chemical reaction? Meaning of chemical reaction is that old bonds of the reactants are broken down and formation of what? New bonds of products. Pehle HH bonds are Cl bonds are, now it has become HCl. But this HCl bond indicates what? That there is a new kind of bond formation or a new product being formed, and that is nothing but what? A chemical reaction. You understand? A chemical reaction is nothing but what? It is a reaction, it's a process in which old bonds are broken down and new bonds are made. You understand? Okay, so new bonds of the products are made. So here HH bond is broken down. So kya ho jayega, children? Single HH will be formed. Here single chlorine atoms will be formed, and here what you will get? Hydrogen and chlorine. That means they will form a bond. So here this H will combine with this Cl, this H will combine with this Cl, and you will get two molecules of HCl. Now what is HCl? HCl is different from what? HH and Cl. So that means there is a change of composition. Likewise, in an easy manner, we cannot reverse this process. We cannot make the reaction move in a backward direction again. And such type of changes or chemical changes are difficult to reverse, okay, or they are irreversible kind of processes. It's like saying this way: once you burn the coal, can we get the coal back in the same old form? No. Once the iron gets rusted, can we get the same iron back? No. That means this type of changes are irreversible. Okay? And then anything which is actually what, for example, represented. Okay? These reactions when we represent, that is known as already we have seen. What is that? Called as chemical equation. Any chemical reaction which is represented, okay, is called as a chemical equation. Or the chemical changes are also called as what? Chemical reactions. Followed? So let us write down this part and then we'll go for what are the conditions for chemical reaction to take place. Okay? A condition क्या चाहिए जिससे कि chemical reaction हो, that we are going to see. Written right now. ये लिख लीजिए जिससे कि क्या होगा? It is something you will update. आराम से now all of you have to work very, very hard. Why 3-4 marks will not work? Okay? You have to read the textbook first and then exhaust all the questions. After the questions complete, take yes. Right now, practice. Today I told you, start from today, nothing to worry. Now, इसके बाद आगे first step will be prepare properly, give the retest. Then every day practice. See the difference. Here? Done? Good. Done? Let us come to what are the conditions for a chemical reaction to take place. Attendance, signed all of you. So physical changes, no new substances are formed, but chemical changes, new substance or substances are formed. Okay? So now let us understand, for example, various conditions under which the reaction can be done. Okay? Right? Will we start? So the first condition for a chemical reaction to take place, what is that? For example, the conditions for any chemical reaction, let me write a little bit about conditions for chemical reactions. Okay? The first condition for a chemical reaction is what? Close contact. Now, what is the idea of, for example, a chemical reaction? Chemical reaction is basically a collision between the reactant molecules. When the molecules collide with each other, the particles collide with each other, they result in the breaking of one bond and formation of new bonds. Okay? So let's see the close contact. The first example of close contact is what? You take phosphorus, react with iodine. Now you bring them close in a vessel. You bring them close together here, and once they react under appropriate condition, okay, by heating little bit, you will find heating is required, but here even iodine, phosphorus, just they are brought in contact with each other, they explosively react and form what? Phosphorus iodide. And it is a phosphorus, iodine contact. Explosively they react to form what? Phosphorus iodide. Just contacting each other will lead to formation of a new substance. reactions. Phosphorus iodide. Again, phosphorus triiodide. This is a close contact. Likewise, for example, you can bring about some contact of some substances and you can bring about a chemical reaction. But what is important, every substance which is in contact, like I bring this contact of this marker with bench, may not undergo a reaction. I mean, depends upon the nature of the substance. ठीक है कि नहीं? तो अगर substance दोनों बहुत ही highly reactive होगा, then just by contacting each other, they react and they form products. This is one thing. Second is, always we sometimes most of the time, I mean, you require those reactants to be in the form of what? Solution. The solution में reactions are faster. Okay, let us see the solution. For example, here you take Na2CO3. It is a solid. ठीक है? और इसको हम लोग क्या करेंगे? HCl solution में react करेंगे. Means this is what children? Test tube. ये test tube. ठीक है? ठीक है? Or in this you are having, for example, some amount of Na2CO3. And then what you do with the help of this, for example, a beaker or maybe, for example, from the bottle, you add HCl. The moment you add HCl in this, there will be a reaction. Now, HCl is a solution. This Na2CO3 goes in the solution, reacts with it, okay, and finally forms what? Immediately you will find, okay, some bubbles coming up very strongly. Those bubbles are nothing but what? Carbon dioxide. This bubbles coming out due to the evolution of carbon dioxide is called as what? Effervescence. Yes. A fizz. Okay, fizz. Fizz मालूम है ना आपको? झाग जैसा. So that is what is happening. This Na2, Na will combine with Cl to give you what? NaCl. This hydrogen will combine with this oxygen to give you water. This carbonate becomes what? Carbon dioxide. Okay. So here you will find that this two hydrogen, so here you will write two NaCl balanced. So here you can see that solution may Na2CO3 react. If suppose I keep the solid, okay, and try to actually what? Take this HCl gas, they will not react. So we dissolve this Na2CO3 in this solution, okay, and immediately there is a reaction. So there is a solution. Okay, so in the solution means 1 out of 2 substances should be dissolved in water. That is called solution. AQ means dissolved in water. aqueous, right? Third is what? Third is heat, children. Now, with the help of heat, like for example, calcium carbonate, it strongly heat. ये test tube है children. ठीक है? If it say test tube लेना है आपको, test कभी भी test tube में करते हैं. And then you take this solid. You say, sir, but this is, you said solution. Now, if you're not taking solution, okay, you have to heat it. ये और एक condition है. जब आप heat करेंगे, क्या हो जाएगा? Immediately this particular solid will break open, break up. And therefore, once it breaks up, okay, it decomposes to form what? Calcium oxide, and you will find some gas coming out, carbon dioxide. Or ये carbon dioxide, for example, put in a lime water. In a lime water, the moment you carbon dioxide is siphoned over here by some means, immediately you find lime water turn milky, indicating that there is nothing but a reaction has taken place. This calcium carbonate has converted into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Decomposition with the help of heat. Heat से आपने वो reaction करा है. ठीक है? Okay? So this is, please write down this much and then we will proceed further. Then draw किया आपने. Diagram बनाइए. Children, अभी Egypt marks we cannot afford. We have to work towards full marks. पूरा जुट जाओ अपना work. Get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Start practicing. You can't do it. Awake, remain awake late in the night. Okay? 1:30 तक awake रहो. फिर क्या करो? पूरा पढ़ाई करो. Yeah, afternoon में you remain awake. Don't sleep for more than 6 hours. 6 hours sleep is required.
For 8 hours.
The 8 hours ज़्यादा हो जाएगा.
Sir, that's the important. 8 hours is.
We can do 6 to 7 hours per day.
What you have made besides that test tube? Western Polynesian.
Calcium carbonate.
Sir, 6 hours
ये
is
वाला.
important for
Break
the
it.
age of 80. No.
नहीं,
For
marks are-
eye.
marks are also important. अभी तुम अगर
Only marks are not important.
नहीं,
Sir, this was health is also.
health is very important. इसलिए मतलब 6 hours important है. 7 hours you sleep. Okay? Because otherwise when you sleep for more time, your marks are decreasing. There's another problem, na? तो बोलेगा sir, I want to sleep for 13 hours. And marks become 3. तो बड़ा problem है. तो फिर उससे और भी आपको नींद नहीं आएगा और स्ट्रेस हो जाएगा. Right?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Sir, what is that spelling?
क्या है?
What is that spelling?
CAO. ये वाला?
Effervescence.
Effervescence. EFFERVES. VES. CNC.
CASO बोल दिया ना?
इधर
CSO.
CSCO यही लिखा है. केमिस्ट्री तुम्हारा बहुत ज्यादा हो गया. फुल सब्जेक्ट ही आ गया ना केमिस्ट्री. पहले भी था ना ऐसे. 8 से शुरू हो गया. कभी शायद 8 में हो.
नहीं सर, 6 था.
6 से था. लेकिन कभी इतना केमिकल रिएक्शन नहीं था ना. इस पर बहुत ज्यादा केमिकल रिएक्शन फॉर्मूले, so many things are coming. That is the other. And secondly, till last year it was online. You are keeping the book on one side and writing the answer.
Yes, sir.
तो उसकी वजह
In
से
the surprise test, not in the usual test.
अच्छा.
But when teachers usually take a surprise test, that is not stress.
नहीं अभी सरप्राइज हो जाएंगे. ओके कि तुमको मार्क्स फुल मिल जाएगा. ठीक है ना? They will actually what will be an eye opener. Sir, I got full marks. अभी like when you start giving offline exam ना, your marks will improve. पहला exam था शायद you know it takes some time to adjust the offline exam and the type of questions. Next exam you will be settled and you get more. हो गया सबका? Okay. Now, heat के बाद क्या चला? Light. Now there are certain reactions which take place in the presence of what? Light. Photosynthesis. Yes. Light के presence में, if you talk about photosynthesis, that means there are certain reactions in absence of light they do not take. Like our vision is also a photochemical reaction. Here, if you take for example, children, here this is for example your window, your house, and here you have kept for example a kind of silver chloride, solid. Or either the sun is peeping into your house. Actually looking into your window. This silver chloride, solid, immediately in the presence of sunlight, children, देखिए क्या हो जाएगा? ये sunlight के वजह से bond break हो जाएगा. Silver और के बीच में जो दोस्ती है, वो break हो जाएगी, which is called bond formation. What is bond? Bond is nothing but a force of attraction. Like nobody says, sir, my finger is becoming longer. Okay. I mean, there is a force of attraction which is pulling it back. Right now? Okay. Likewise, this bench को break करना है तो आपको energy supply करना है because there is a force of attraction which is binding the particles together. That is called chemical bond. Okay. Now this bonding is broken with the help of sunlight and immediately हंसते खेलते chlorine चले जाए. Means the chlorine the chlorine molecules are moving out. Of course, chlorine is having a greenish yellow color, but because the amount of air is so high, that becomes so diluted that you may not be seeing the greenish yellow color. But you'll find one thing difference, that this white color compound will be left out with what? A silvery gray color of silver. Again, when sunlight becomes happy, right? Sun becomes happy. Why? Because that sunlight के presence में ये अपना bond break. That means it has brought about a chemical reaction. This is one thing you remember. Clear? Man? Yes. Man, this is light. Now write down this part. This is one more condition for the chemical reaction. Light. Photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis, children? In the presence of 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 6 water molecules, and in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight, yes, C6.
The definition H12O6. That definition for the bio. This is the definition.
क्या बोला आपने bio का?
He said.
Okay. ये in the presence of sun. ये भी एक photochemical reaction.
Yeah.
Done.
No. Sir, what's that?
Silvery gray. Balance this reaction. ठीक है ना?
Yeah, but that also.
Huh? Yes. Second reaction. Silvery gray. Yes. Yeah, gray deposit, gray silver will be. Okay.
Yes.
Now there is one more, for example. Okay. That very good. Okay, Sapkar?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, sir. ये हो गया ना? Now let us come to children this particular part. And what is that? Electricity. Electricity also is responsible for any chemical reaction. Like for example, you take acidified water, few drops of acid you put in water because water is a bad conductor of electricity. Now to make it a good conductor, we add acidified water. We pass electric current through this water by taking 2 electrodes. Okay, so when we pass electric current, what will happen? Immediately, this hydrogen breaks its bond with what? Oxygen, and you get what? Hydrogen at one of the electrode and oxygen at the other electrode. The splitting of this water with the help of electricity is nothing but electrolysis. It's called the electrolysis. We cannot separate H2O by using heat. Only separation by what? Electric current. This is called electrolysis. Okay. Yes. इसको बोलते हाँ 8th standard में किया है ना electrolysis. So hydrogen is formed at one of the electrode, which is cathode, and oxygen is liberated at the anode. Now this particular difference, this breaking with the help of electricity, is known as electrolysis. Again, electricity से होगा. And suppose you go home today and you say, sir, I want to separate water into H2 and O2 by heat. You will never be able to separate. You only can separate by electricity. Remember, okay? This is one more. It's like saying this way that a person is supposed brain dead. You say, sir, can I give medicine? No, person is lying unconscious. Medicine or injection cannot work. So what will work? Electric shock.
Saline
नहीं होगा ना saline.
No, it's like that.
हाँ, नहीं brain यहाँ पे अपना wires लगा देते हैं. In the case of heart, it's not working. Then हम लोग वो So that is cardiac arrest को divide करने के लिए, for example, overcome, we use this electric current. Okay, medicine देंगे तो नहीं होगा. That means injection देंगे तो नहीं होगा. मेरे heat और light से नहीं चलेगा. You want electrical shock. ठीक है ना?
No, sometimes it works with the injection also.
नहीं, but the 12 साल से person is unconscious, तो क्या हो जाएगा 6 साल से?
उतना साल का कौन चिंता करेगा सर?
नहीं, because of continuous, for example, but heartbeat is going on.
हाँ, कोमा में है तो
हाँ,
तब
कोमा में कर
कर
सकते
सकते
हैं,
हैं.
वही कोमा में है, वो कोमा में है person, ठीक है ना? कोमा, what
क्योंकि
mark?
अगर कोई ड्रग्स लेकर मरा होता है तो उसको इंजेक्शन के जरिए हम उल्टा कर सकते हैं.
हाँ, वो तो है, लेकिन अभी कोमा में है. Coma means profound sleep with a, for example, a deep sleep. Even a powerful stimulant cannot arouse that person from the deep sleep. उसको बोलते हैं coma. Coma में रहेगा तो अपने को revive करने के chances है. It is the last try, electric current. ठीक है ना? Okay. Now, what is the next one? That Anand Babu, Munna by MBBS, you must have seen Anand Babu. Okay. In that what he revised, and we used to only open his eyes.
He was totally paralyzed.
Paralyzed means he was also in the state of coma, but only the eyes.
So हाँ सर,
Brain dead. ठीक है ना? तो उसमें कैसे revive किया होगा? Last में he was able to move the wheelchair. So without anything, okay, also of course film था. उसमें electric current के बिना नहीं होता. ठीक है ना? Next one is what? Pressure. Your pressure is what, children? This pressure is important. Like for example, hydrogen reacting with nitrogen. You require certain pressure for the substances to come forward. In your case, students' case, what is the pressure? Examination schedule. Moment the teacher gives examination schedule, you get pressure. Means this pressure is of examination is very important. It's a positive stress for you. Sir, I have to study for an examination. I'm going home early. Okay? And I have to study for my examination because I want to attain stability. Like nitrogen and hydrogen, they are brought closer. They interact with each other, then under pressure, and finally what they come home. Like when the students 100% attendance takes place during examination. क्योंकि examination में मालूम है कि अगर ये exam नहीं दिया तो एक backlog हो जाएगा आपका और next exam में आपका marks कम होगा और teacher शायद आपको promote नहीं करे क्यों क्योंकि आपने पूरा साल एक भी exam नहीं दिया. During pandemic the board people they said no, we have to pass everybody, but now in the normal cases when you don't give the exam you cannot be given the next higher class. Okay, why? This pressure is very important. Okay, so this is one thing. So nitrogen plus hydrogen giving you ammonia is nothing but under pressure of 200 atmosphere pressure apply correct. Means you pressurize them to come closer. When they come closer they start rubbing each other, and when they rub each other this creates a breaking of bonds and formation of new bonds.
CNG is an example of.
Huh?
CNG is an example.
Yes, CNG. Under pressure only fuel को हम लोग pass करते हैं, ठीक है? और तब जाके fuel burn होता है. CNG. अरे compressed natural gas तो है, लेकिन उसमें जो petrol का भी है वो compress करते हैं ना. And then only we are able to actually run the car. Petrol, diesel ये सब pressure के अंदर पीछे. Remember, okay? Without pressure, all the molecules can actually what? Convert fuel energy into heat energy or work energy. Under pressure, we are having piston pressurized molecules. Okay, so write down this part. That means this is something 3H. So this pressure is only applicable for gases. Okay, especially gases के लिए वो pressure apply करना. The next one is what? Catalyst. What is catalyst? Catalyst is a substance which increases the speed of a reaction, or sometimes if you want the reaction to become slow down, then it also slowers the reaction down. Okay? Decreases, accelerates as well as decreases the speed of reaction. So let us see, for example, here, if you talk about increase, then this catalyst, like for example, here only we can take nitrogen plus hydrogen, giving you what? Ammonia. And what is the catalyst over here? Iron as a catalyst. Okay. A catalyst is a substance which increases the speed of substance basically. Okay. It increases the speed of a chemical reaction. Like iron. Iron is a catalyst for nitrogen and hydrogen to come on the surface and react faster. Okay. इसकी वजह से इन लोग का reaction fast हो जाता है.
So
Like suppose, for example, a supervisor is supervising your examination block. You get it? And 1 hour has passed, suppose during the examination, and then teacher says after the bell goes that 1 hour has passed, increase your speed of writing. And then you realize, yes, I have to increase. Why? Because you're so engrossed in writing that you forgot about the time factor.
So it acts as a socket.
Huh?
It acts as a socket, right?
Yes, absolutely. You get it?
Socket.
Because of socket क्या हो रहा है कि अपना plug बराबर लगा सकते हैं socket यानी अच्छी तरह conveniently efficiently current flow ठीक है so it's like platform. What is a platform? Like railway platform is nothing but acting as a catalyst. How people they come on the platform, interact with each other. Okay, interact means they make what is it? Let us say talk some kind of on the topic, and then the moment train comes, they immediately go inside the train and the platform becomes empty for another set of people to come. And then you will say, sir, that person is my train friend. Train platform में मिला train friend. Like your school is also like a catalyst only, where you tend to meet so many people from different categories, okay, and you make friendship, and finally what? That is a platform where the the friendship becomes faster with more people. Train a platform. Train to carry करके products form करें. Okay, so iron is a catalyst to work. So any platform where your interaction with your friends become faster and you make new friends and break your old friendship is nothing but what? A chemical reaction kind of thing. Sir, मैंने old friend को बहुत break किया, नए friends बना लिए. क्योंकि जो 8th में थे वो चले गए, 9th आ गया. 9th में नए friends आ गए. Okay, so that is the idea. Okay. Likewise, we can decrease that particular catalyst. We can slow down the rate of reaction also. H2O2 is a hydrogen peroxide, it's a bleaching agent, which normally you'll find in the saloon and beauty parlor. You'll find that people are using H2O2 as a bleaching material for hair. Now, this H2O2 which is kept in the bottle has got a tendency, like suppose this is a bottle in which you have, for example, H2O2. And your bottle में जो H2O2 है, over a period of time, it decomposes into what? Water and oxygen. That means it decomposes into H2O and oxygen. That saloon person, when he applies on your hair, okay, he's just applying water because already it has decomposed into what? Oxygen and water. So bleaching बराबर नहीं हो रहा है hair का. ये color जो आपको चाहिए था bleaching के ये करने के time. Okay, what is the mechanism? I don't know. But when he applies, he's applying water only. And finally, what he realizes that its color तो चढ़ ही नहीं रहा है उसमें, ठीक है? या bleaching जो चाहिए वो तो नहीं हो रहा है, ठीक है ना? तो then you realize ये तो decompose हो गया. Immediately इसको prevent करने के लिए what we do? इसके ऊपर ही है ना, okay? The manufacturers themselves what they do? They put an acid which is called phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid what it does? It covers this particular layer. Suppose ये liquid है, उसके ऊपर तुम्हारे पास phosphoric acid आता है. So decomposition prevent. Then slow down कर दो. Like suppose there is a rusting you have started. Rusting has started on the grills. What do you do? Now painter को बनाने के लिए time लगेगा. आप क्या करेंगे? आप oil लेंगे. ये anti-rust तो घर में रहता नहीं है. लेकिन oil लेंगे, ठीक है? और उसके ऊपर apply करते रहो. During rainy season. When the painter comes or when you actually want to get anti-rust, then next day you can do it. But immediately apply oil. Yeah, any paint which is kept, थोड़ा सा paint लगाएंगे, crack corner. That rusting process will prevent it. It will be slower process. So that is nothing but what? So H2O2, we prevent this particular reaction with H3PO4, okay? And as a result, this decomposition becomes less. Followed? This is what is the idea. So this is retards the rate of reaction, speed of reaction. Okay? देखो.
So
Done? देखो. मैथ्स पे कितना मिला आपको? मैथ्स पे कितना? मैथ्स? हाँ? हाँ? 3. मैथ्स पे 3.
Maths में 4.
4. Then 2.
I got 1 in
1. 4.
I got 1 in physics.
1.
I think it was 6.
6. Children, तीनों subject
No,
में
was a good science.
Ah.
Sir, 6.
6. Good. What about here?
7.
1.
7.
Sir, physics. Sir, she got top. She got more.
Dhanya, how much you got?
Maths.
So 4. Which subject?
Maths.
Maths 11.
11.
Wow,
Good.
topper.
Topper. Okay. Good. So that means you have to start working in all the subjects in short. Here, so we start KJ, then only it will work. Okay. Now again,
Sir, in
catalyst.
physics we were having top and everyone got less marks.
Oh, chemistry में कौन सा अच्छा? Third,
Physics is
very much less. हमारे को कितना मिला? 7.5. That is one side.
physics में I got 1 only 1.
Okay. So now start working in all the 3. यानी आपको पूरा तीनों sciences और maths में
But
बहुत
no
work
one
करना
has
है.
got more than 10. So.
अरे बाबा वो नहीं है, लेकिन अभी start working on.
Physics में
46.
46.
Percent.
There's been 6 or 7.
हाँ. Okay.
6 and
Now
7.
children, अभी start करना है. Don't worry.
10
You will
किसी
get.
को मिला भी.
Now conditions के बाद the next part is what?
Characteristics.
Characteristics of chemical reaction. Okay. Then we'll start reading the content. Characteristics of chemical reaction. Again, now what are the characteristics of a chemical reaction? How do you come to know that the chemical reaction is taking place?
Change of
Again, change of color.
formation of precipitation.
Yes, change of color में कौन सा example है children?
Green.
You will take for example iron, put in for example blue color copper sulfate solution. Okay, and immediately you will find that there is a chemical reaction changes to what? Ferrous sulfate, which is green in color. And what is coming out as a precipitate? Copper. And very strong. So there is a color change in a chemical reaction, and the new substances are being formed. That is, there is a characteristics of chemical reaction. Second is the formation of precipitate. That is formation of insoluble solid. Yes. Like for example, formation of insoluble solid is nothing but what? Precipitate. Precipitate. Right? Yes. Like let us say for example, when milk, in milk you add small amount of curd.
CU is precipitate.
CU is precipitated. ये भी reaction लिख सकते हैं precipitation. Okay. Now suppose for example here you are having, let us say Na. Okay. Let us say for example यहाँ पे AgNO3 ले लीजिए. AgNO3, which is again for example an aqueous solution. Let us say for example there is a test tube. This test tube is actually what? Containing, okay, silver nitrate. Okay, silver nitrate solution aqueous, and you react with NaCl. NaCl is nothing but what? Our sodium chloride, purified of course. Okay, and then what do you do? This time you are going to take NaCl solution. AgNO3 solution. Okay. Now what do you do? Now both are colorless. Both are colorless. Okay. And when you mix this particular solution to this or this one to this, okay, you will find that there is a chemical reaction. This Na will combine with NO3. You will get a colorless solution of NaNO3, but this Ag will combine with Cl and you will get a white color PPT of AgCl. Children, yes. ये देखिए AgCl, ठीक है आपको मिलता है. Now this AgCl, how will you come to know there is one precipitate? Immediately you will find, for example, some white PPT getting developed over here. ठीक है आपको देखिएगा white PPT of silver chloride. और ये जो solution है, which is actually a clear solution, is nothing but sodium nitrate. So once you get this particular, PPT, means a chemical reaction is taking place. Change of color. Third is what? Evolution of gas. Okay. Now what is that evolution? evolution of gas already we have seen. I'll just show you, and that is nothing but what? For
Carbon
example,
dioxide gets
yes, evolution of gas. What you can do is that you can take either calcium carbonate. Already we have done this reaction. You heat it. What you'll get? Calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide, what you do? Take this test tube in which carbon dioxide is coming out. Yes, Ali. Okay, this carbon dioxide which is this particular calcium carbonate which is strongly heated becomes calcium oxide and then carbon dioxide is coming out. Yes or no? This carbon dioxide के ऊपर एक और एक टेस्ट ट्यूब रख लीजिए उसको कलेक्ट करने के लिए उल्टा हाँ और फिर वो टेस्ट ट्यूब जो आपने जिसमें you have collected carbon dioxide, okay, what do you do? Just put lime water in that. Lime water turns milky, indicating that the gas is carbon dioxide. Okay, and that means the gas is evolved. That's why I put lime water is turning milky. What is the reaction? Reaction is what? That lime water is having a formula CaOH twice. Yes, now slowly children are getting this. अभी आ जाएगा marks अच्छा. Nothing to worry. ये देखो lime water milky क्यों हो रहा है children? Because calcium carbonate फिर से generate and that is insoluble. Precipitate. That means this is lime water. This is carbon dioxide. So absorb work. You get precipitate of calcium carbonate and water. Each reaction 5 times you're making a test tube result when you draw it, you will come to know the conditions and the characteristics of chemical reaction. Okay, any other condition? This is something. Now there is one more kind of, for example, reaction where some reactions evolve heat and some reaction absorb. Okay, that is coming in the types of chemical reaction. So now let us read. Okay, पहले लिख लीजिए आप. Okay, and then one by one each student will read out. Then this from the content from the book. Okay, which book you are referring? Volume. Spelling of publication you are referring?
No.
कौन सा? दलाल. ठीक है. तो हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? वॉल्यूम से देख ले रहे हैं. ठीक है ना?
पर पढ़ना क्या है?
बहुत ही अच्छा क्वेश्चन पूछा. पढ़ना इंट्रोडक्शन से कर पढ़ना है. अभी नहीं, पहले कंप्लीट कर दीजिए. Volume, all of you open. ठीक है ना? Of the AC. Why not?
ये बोलिए.
ठीक है? Now चलो. This side and this side. एक sentence read करेंगे. And Dania also will read. ठीक है? One sentence from the book.
Which one?
Introduction onwards. ठीक है?
Introduction.
एक मिनट. This side, left hand side and right hand side. Right hand side ये, left hand side ये. नाम बोलते जाइए. क्या नाम है आपका?
Sachi.
हाँ? Sachi. Yes.
SAA.
SAA. Yes. Then JA.
NVN.
Very good. Then
Snehal.
Snehal. Yes. फिर Gauri. Yes. Gauri. बराबर ना? Then Dania भी इसमें आ जाते हैं. चलो. Then this side, right hand side. Manasvi, right? Manasvi, right now? Then right. Akanksha. ठीक है ना? Akanksha spelling right है?
ऐसे पहले क्या था?
AKANK. Yes, अच्छा, right. Then बराबर ना? Next. Ranveer, RANVIR की double ER. Ranveer. Then Shivesh, yes. और फिर Archit, yes. ARCHIT, ना? Now this is a set of groups, okay? एक sentence यहाँ से पढ़ेंगे और एक sentence यहाँ, ठीक है ना? Okay, now हो गया ये सबका?
Yes.
No.
Sachi, have you written?
No.
Volume.
No, sir. You have to draw it.
Have you drawn the diagram of this one?
Yes, I don't have to draw.
Please some draw.
Yeah,
Please
wait
draw
a
it so that
second.
you know when you are sitting at home and trying to recall, then it will be easier. Introduction.
सर वहाँ से स्टार्ट करो ना वहाँ पे हो गया.
वहाँ पे हो गया.
अरे रुक तू.
पूरा आपने लिखी है अच्छी तरह.
सर सेंटेंस या पॉइंट वाइज?
Sentence, पूरा sentence. जहाँ full stop आए, immediately next student will read. Again next student के बाद full stop आए, again first, then this group, this way, this group, that group. One sentence each.
So start from there. No, it will take some time.
Then we are waiting. It's a teamwork. Everybody will.
So then that thing is also.
Remember, listening will be a problem when you are, writing. You will not be able to listen, na?
Okay, Sada.
Done?
No, sir. No. Please show me na.
हो गया कि नहीं?
सर वहाँ से करो ना पैसे रेडी है.
नहीं, लिख रहे हैं ना वो. Students are writing. So let us start. First, Sachi, पढ़िए.
A chemical reaction is the process of breaking the chemical bonds of a reacting substances, reactants, and making new bonds to form new substance products.
Yes.
Example: rusting or iron.
Rusting of iron. Yes.
This is an example of chemical change.
Underline.
Stop था भाई.
कहाँ पे
प्रोडक्ट
के बाद
चलो ठीक है. पढ़िए.
सर पैराग्राफ ले लेते हैं ना.
आकांक्षा पढ़िए. नहीं, line पर everybody will get an opportunity to read. ठीक है ना?
But the lines
अरे full stop हो जाता है. चलो आकांक्षा पढ़िए.
Iron is a very hard solid, magnetic in nature, having a good conductance of heat and electricity, and produces hydrogen when hydrochloric acid is poured over it.
Yes. Next पढ़िए.
However, rust does
जानवी.
not have
फिर से पढ़िए. एक बार फिर से सब लोग अपना हाथ.
However, rust does not have all these properties as it does not conduct
Slowly,
heat
very
and
good.
electricity, and it is not lustrous like iron. It is
Yes.
हो गया.
Bas.
एक मिनट टाइम स्टॉप कर देते हैं. It is not even magnetic.
Magnetic. Yes. Next one. Snehal पढ़िए.
Chemical change or chemical reaction occurs when particles collide.
Collide. Very good. Then Ranveer.
Collision occur when reactants are in close contact or by supply of energy.
Yes. By subtle energy. Right. Next one. Gauri. पढ़िए.
Thus, one or more of the following conditions are necessary for the chemical change.
Absolutely right. Sivesh.
Table.
Table नहीं. Close contact. What are the factors? वो है ना. तो close contact क्या लिखा है सबसे पहले उसका sentence पढ़ना है.
Okay.
Sometimes to the sentence of yes, how it stays.
Bus.
Tanya. Next one.
Yes, sir. Iodine and phosphorus react explosively when brought into close contact.
Very good. Come on. Sachi पढ़िए. Sorry. Archit.
Example: PbNO3 rise sulfur plus 2 solid.
Sulfur नहीं, solid. Small s solid. Small l liquid. G gas. AQ. Last time I told you ना.
Yes,
AQS.
sir.
लिख के रखिए.
Sir, ये भी read करना है.
हाँ.
ये भी read करना है.
Then
Plus
एक मिनट. L for liquid. G for gas. And this is AQS. पढ़िए.
plus 2K and solid.
2K I है वो.
2Ki solid reacts 2KNO3 solid
Gives नहीं. Arrow का मतलब है gives.
gives 2KNO3 solid plus PbN2S.
PbI2. वो I है.
Should I give you my specs?
Iodine and phosphorus react explosively when close contact.
Yes, very good. चलो साची पढ़िए.
In many cases,
नहीं title
solution
सर उसका गया है क्या?
बोला ना.
क्या?
हाँ.
Solution: in many cases, chemical reactions take place when the reactants are in the solution form. Akansha.
आकांक्षा पढ़िए CO2
Example. Sorry. Sorry.
चलो बोलो
COH2 plus Na2CO. Sorry.
relax
Reacts with CO.
nothing to worry
Reacts with
क्या पढ़ रहे हो?
crystal.
अरे वो arrow means gives ठीक है ना आकांक्षा फिर से पढ़िए
I was right. Crystals and sodium carbonate react when in the solution form only.
solution form only come on
COOH2 plus
जानवी पढ़िए
Na2CO3 gives COO2 Na plus CO2 plus H2O.
Yes, that means this oxalic acid which is there in tomatoes is having a formula COOH twice. ठीक है ना? वो sodium carbonate से react करता है in the form of solution. Okay, and finally what gives you the product? ठीक है? Next one. Manasvi पढ़िए.
NaCl aqueous plus AgNO3 aqueous that gives AgCl plus NaNO3.
Yes.
Sir, what's the meaning of arrow? Down.
Downward precipitate. Precipitate. बोलो. Next one. बोलिए.
Certain reactions take place in the presence of pre-thermic. Endothermic. Example. Example, decomposition reaction. CaCO3. Example, heat.
CaCO3 with the help of heat gives CO plus CO2. PV.
Next one. Snell.
PbNO3 2
PbNO3 twice.
The whole
with the
twice.
help of heat gives you 2 PbO plus 4NO2 plus O2.
Yes. Good. Then
Photochemical reactions.
Light.
light. पहले light पढ़िए. हाँ, very good.
Like photochemical reactions need only light to start and process. Proceed. Examples.
पढ़िए गौरी. जानिया पढ़िए. हाँ.
Light example.
Muted. You are muted state. Hello.
Lights.
Photochemical वो correct बोल रहा था तूने उसको.
Yes. 6CO2 plus 6H2O gives C6H12O6 plus 6O2.
Very good. Next one.
H2 plus Cl2 Cl2 on with the help of heating gives to HCl.
Yes. Next. Sachi पढ़ो.
Electricity. Certain chemical reaction proceed in the presence of electricity only. Example, electrolysis of water.
Yes. Next.
Akansha, H2O.
Dissociation.
Reverse synthesis.
Reverse 2H2 plus O2 plus
बस हो गया.
Yes. Next one.
2NaCl. Electricity gives 2Na plus Cl2.
Yes. Very good. That is NaCl will split up in the form of Na plus Cl2. Then next one.
Pressure.
Pressure. Yes.
Some chemical reactions take place only when pressure is applied to the reactants.
Yes. Whenever example. Next one. Snail पढ़िए. Reaction का जो है.
Which one?
Example, pressure.
Example of pressure.
Some chemical reactions. HgCl2 plus 2
AgCl है ना.
KI through pressure gives HgCl2.
N2 plus 3H2 reverts
atmosphere.
Atmospheric pressure.
Atmosphere.
Some
Catalyst.
Some catalysts accelerate the reaction, positive catalyst.
Yes. Huh?
To give
In the presence of MnO2. अरे इतना केमिकल रिएक्शन किया उसको पता है ना तुम्हारे एरो का मतलब है फॉर्म एंड उसके ऊपर जो है वो कैटलिस्ट है एंड केल्विन इज गिवन टेंपरेचर एटमॉस्फेयर है तो प्रेशर ठीक है हाँ नेक्स्ट दानिया पढ़िए
Yes, sir. 2 KClO3 under MnO2 gives 2 KCl plus 3O2.
yes KClO3 okay in the presence of catalyst MnO2 ठीक है
So we have to tell it MnO2 under
yes now how to read out children again
stress.
KClO3 in the presence of MnO2 catalyst okay gives KCl and oxygen and of course balancing you have to do 2 KCl okay 3O ठीक है ना okay और सब solid now very good next one
4NH3 plus 5O2 at presence of PT 800
platinum catalyst at 800 degrees Celsius or 800 atmosphere
800 degrees Celsius gives 4NO plus 6H2O.
pressure क्या है उसमें
800 degrees Celsius.
खाली degree Celsius pressure as a catalyst दिया platinum okay then next one
Some catalysts retard the reaction.
retard the reaction Akanksha पढ़ी
Phosphoric acid retards the rate of decomposition
Yes.
of H2O.
yes that means they are negative
The
catalyst
rate of
चलो next one
no, there is a full stop.
जानवी पढ़िए
The rate of oxidation of chloroform decreased in the presence of alcohol.
yes ठीक है
Characteristics of chemical reaction.
characteristics of chemical reaction
Certain chemical reactions are characterized by changes that are quite easily observed.
Full
Some
stop.
of these
Snail.
chemical changes are
Evolution of gas in many chemical reactions. One of the product will be gas.
yes next
Zn
Gauri
plus H2SO4 gives ZnSO4 plus H2.
H2
Change of color, certain chemical reactions are characterized by a change in the color of the liquid.
change in the color okay come on then Danya बोलिए what is the
Can
next
we do a paragraph with so confusing?
Yes, sir.
opportunity मिलेगा ना right चलो
Fe plus CuSO4 gives FeSO4 plus Cu.
yes okay that is the color change is what blue color to
Blue color to green.
yes blue color to green and therefore we find that there is a color change next one Archit
Formation of precipitates.
formation of precipitate come on
Certain chemical reactions are characterized by the formation of insoluble solid substances called precipitates.
yes right now हो गया
Sachin.
साची पढ़िए now we are moving to one of the testing time but पहले साची पढ़ लेंगे पूरे कितना पार्ट बाकी है एग्जांपल पढ़ो पूरा पढ़ लीजिए you are getting bonus साची because you are asking for paragraph ना तो पूरा bonus ले लीजिए चलो she will read the whole paragraph
AgNO3 aqueous plus NaCl aqueous
NaCl.
sorry NaCl gives that AgCl PPD plus NaNO3 equals change of state. In many chemical reaction, a change of state is observed. The reaction might start with gaseous or liquid reaction and end up with solid products and vice versa. NH3 gas plus HCl gas reverse NH4Cl solid.
yes that is there's a any other thing गया ना?
types of chemical reactions.
हाँ, वो अभी बात में करते हैं. Now today we are giving you one important way of writing the formula or the reaction. ठीक है? मैं क्या करूँगा? This is like a test for you, class test. Now itself. Test in the sense class test only. What I'll do? I'll give only reactants. You have to write the products, and these products are given in the form of hint. आपको match करना है. It's like a match the following. ठीक है? Yes, match the following. Means उसको relate करना है. Okay? Now let's see. ठीक है? Now let us start working on that. Immediately. All the reactions are writing. ठीक है? और यहाँ पे Snehal, you have to match with the hint which I am going to give with the product. Yes. बोर्ड नहीं, पहले बुक में लिखना है. ठीक है? आपको बुक में लिखना है. Because after this types of chemical reactions will be too heavy for you. Okay? Let me write down the reaction and then you can relate. Is it related with, for example? मैं अपना दे देता हूँ. ठीक है? Write down.
What we are doing?
Match the formula.
Okay.
Then I2 like
हाँ?
that's I2 like
Write to लिखा नहीं. ज्यादा है. Very common source. Very few reactions. Yes. बोलो.
वो साइड का लिखना है.
कितना थी? एक मिनट कंप्लीट कर.
हाँ सर दिख रहा है.
Able to see, ना?
हाँ.
Good.
अब दो लाइन से दिख रहा है.
Yes, only this.
सर इतना ही कर ये ऑप्शन.
Option वो option नहीं वो reaction.
सर इसको देना कैसे है फिर मैच
बहुत ही
करना
अच्छा
कैसे
क्वेश्चन
है?
पूछा.
पीटी
Platinum
I'm confused how we have to match it.
मैच करना है. यानी हिंट से मैच नहीं A B फॉलो. ठीक है ना? Randomly.
अच्छा, you know, give us hints of
Yes.
and then
यानी कौन सा प्रोडक्ट होगा?
match to follow another.
This is like hint for you for the products. ठीक है ना?
Treasure hunt.
Yes, treasure hunt. Rightly said.
The favorite game.
For a favorite game.
I never played treasure. I was not ever get smarter. Sir, is that 6?
Is that
7th one?
is 6th or is 7th?
नहीं 7th में जो वो ये है 6 CO square
किधर है?
7th
7th reaction 6 to 6H2O. Yes.
Okay.
This also way you can practice the chemical reaction. A product मत लिखिए, product match कर दीजिए, तो easy पड़ेगा. Another way of
but sir अगर ऐसा करो तो कॉपी करने का बहुत मन करता
हाँ मन करता है करो
कॉपी करना है
करो
कहाँ से
करो
करना है कॉपी
ये करने का कॉपी
Sir,
करना.
can you use some other marker because I'm unable to
Yes,
see
why
it.
not? I will use it. Nothing to worry. ठीक है
so the red pen is never seen in the
Oh, red pen is not being seen.
Sir, are you only supposed to match the following?
Yes, मैच नहीं आपको लिखना है उधर प्रोडक्ट इसको देख के मैच द कॉलम नहीं.
Sir, ये एक बार सामने वाला
एपी पे नहीं क्या तो कितने वन red pen
रेड पेन नहीं दिख रहा.
कीबोर्ड है अच्छी सीवेज सब नहीं करते सर वो रूम में क्या है सर रेट अच्छा है
हाँ? नहीं हिंट्स मत डायरेक्ट रिएक्शन.
so the 14th one is the hint or it's
Reaction.
okay
Yes. बहुत सारा वर्क करना है.
सर ये भी क्वेश्चन के हिसाब से लाइन में दिया है क्या सर
नहीं अलग है.
अच्छा हिट सफर्ड है
हाँ it should be sir
बोलिए
the 10th वाला 4NH3 plus क्या है SO2
किधर
no
10th 4NH3 plus 5O2.
I thought so it's tetroxide right
Hmm?
5O2 means tetroxide
ऑक्सीजन
tetroxide right then 5O2
नहीं ऑक्सीजन के 5 मॉलिक्यूल्स है.
okay 5O2
टेट्रा कैसे होगा? पेंटा.
penta हाँ penta मैंने आपको बोला
Okay, practice these reactions. This is the way you do chemical reaction. Okay, now I'll just give you an explanation. Sachi wants an explanation. Let me give you how to go about it. This is suppose हाँ balance करके आपको करना है. कुछ reaction balance किया है. और suppose this reaction ये देखिए एक बार बता देता हूँ. थोड़ा सा एक hint और भी उसमें double hint दे दे. Okay, P plus I2 अब आपको उसमें देखना है.
ठीक है
नहीं इसमें अपना ये रिएक्शन ठीक है इसका हिंट क्यों दे रहा हूँ क्योंकि यहाँ पे देखिए नहीं दिया है ठीक है ना क्योंकि वही मैंने रिएक्शन हिंट के लिए रखा है and what is that इसमें जो मैच द कॉलम है आपको ऐसा आएगा इधर इसके साथ मैच करना है दैट मींस हियर इसमें से जो भी प्रोडक्ट मिल रहा है यू हैव टू राइट डाउन ओवर हियर व्हाट इज दैट CI3 then balance the reaction. How
इसका
will
आंसर
balance?
PI3 है।
इसका PI3 इधर लिखा है, तो आपको relate कर। तो अभी देखो PI3, now here this is iodine 3, this is 2, so that means you multiply this by 2, this by 3, ठीक है, and then 2p, balance. आपको balancing मिल रहा है, product का उसका products भी मिल रहा है, try to write down, just suppose ये reaction है, this reaction का कहाँ पे आपको दिख रहा है, which can be,
सर सबको बैलेंस करने का है।
हाँ, सबको balance करना है, ठीक है, so this way you will come to know, and this will much faster, why? कि आपको fear नहीं रहेगा, reaction का balancing या products का, you can easily write the hint, है ना, half the reaction लिख के रखना, then hint on the one side with pencil, then once you do this, you can remember the reaction for a longer time, remember, तो क्या हो जाएगा, easy पड़ेगा, like practicing you have to do this way. Now let me give you one more hint, जैसे PbNO3 first reaction देखिए, PbNO3 if you remember, I mean I'll just give you the technique, क्या मिल सकता है? This Pb will break its bond with nitrate. Pb will combine with I2 to give you what? PbI2 plus K will combine with NO3 to give you what? KNO3. Now where this particular, these two products are there?
No, it's
Not here, not here, not here, not here.
K and
Then यहाँ पे भी नहीं है, कहाँ पे है?
third line.
ये देखिए, आपको सर्कल कर देते कि ये हो गया है, ये हो गया है, जो सर्कल हो गया मैं उसको मैच कर दिया, दो रिएक्शन हो गया, ठीक है, तीसरा
And then balance.
हाँ, and then balance. So balance already I think so we have done. KNO3 balance here to here, simple. So this way, आपका two things are getting over. What is that? Balancing हो रहा है, products मालूम पड़ रहा है, and then you are able to match. हाँ, this product. Now there is an interchange of those reactants to the products, so that also you come to know. Okay, come on, do it, all of you. And let me see how many are able to do it fully. 8 minutes, 8 reactions. Sorry, 14 reactions में से 2 कर दिए, 12 reactions बाकी, आराम से 8 minutes में आराम से हो जाए, सोचिए. It will be done very easily, children. Don't ever say that I can't. You say I can. ठीक है? I will, yes. Right?
तो ये क्या लिखा है सर?
AgCl plus NaNO3
AgCl
plus NaNO3
4 है क्या?
Down arrow.
3 downward है. अरे डाउनवर्ड एरो आपको ऐसे दिखेगा, अपवर्ड एरो ऐसे, ठीक है ना? अर्चित स्टार्ट. चलो, अच्छा, वेरी गुड. कौन सा रिएक्शन हो सकता है देखिए, एक रिएक्शन लेते जाइए. देखिए ये वाला रिएक्शन वेरी सिंपल. वेरी गुड. दिस इज द स्पिरिट वी रिक्वायर. Akanksha has completed 6 reactions to 7 reactions, I suppose. Right now, this time you will get wonderful marks.
Sir, what's the last one?
Which one?
Last one.
AgCl arrow downward plus NaNO3. Yeah? या उधर देखिए और इधर मैच कर दीजिए, वहां से देखिए इधर कनेक्ट कीजिए, और यहाँ पे देखिए लेड नाइट्रेट है, तो अभी एक ही सब्सटेंस है तो स्प्लिट अप होगा, राइट? Of course, types of chemical reaction when you do, you will be getting immediately. But it will become too heavy, so I did not go for that types of chemical reaction. इसका book है ये? Whose book is this? This book. Completed?
No, sir.
of reaction. There is number. Electrolysis for the reaction.
So can you repeat the last one?
AgCl plus NaNO3. Yo. Last 2 minutes I'm giving you. That's completed. ऐसा practice करो घर में, so you'll be faster. Remember, you'll be master in the chemical reactions. It's simple है, देखो COH twice Na2CO3. किधर दिख रहा है CONA और Na कार्बन?
नहीं वो मिला मुझे।
वो मिल गया ना? ये तो easy है. COONA, right?
Yes.
और फिर उसके बाद क्या है children?
CO2
Plus CO2 plus
H2O. H2O.
okay? इसको तो ऐसे लिख सकते हो COONA twice. चलिए Na बाहर ना दिया है, उन्होंने अंदर ले लिया। ये जो है ना ये बाहर है।
Sir, 1 second.
बोलो।
No, move aside.
Should I do it now? Over.
Sir, wait.
Already I did it. This thing ICSE. Again, they could do it very fast. Wait, 10 seconds.
Then stains.
Because 10 तक आप लोग master में double master हो।
Only 2 remains.
2 remain. Very good, Gauri. Dania, have you finished?
6 CO2 plus.
Yes, I'm doing.
Very good. She is also got. So who's remaining?
Me.
कौन सा?
6 CO2 plus 6 H2O.
6 CO2 and H2 नहीं दिया है क्या?
हाँ,
लिखिए उसको।
C6 plus H12 plus O6 plus
तो
CO2.
चिल्ड्रन अगर वो नहीं दिया है तो आपको अगर मालूम है लिख सकते हैं। Very good. Done. Good. Excuse me.
पंद्रह ऐड किया ना।
ये वाला 6 C6
H12
H12
O6
O6
plus 6.
then H2 plus Cl2 is HCl. ये नहीं दिया ना तुमने? 2HCl. KClO3 becoming what? KCl and O2. Right?
Yes.
KCl plus O2.
Yes. 4 ammonia plus. ये वाला. Yes. आगे आप लोग. Yes. All of you. Done.
Yes.
ठीक है? again this way you can plan it और आपको ये टेक्निक नया टेक्निक आ गया for students okay who are finding it difficult initially बाद में जैसे आ जाते हैं तो आपको क्या है you're not writing the products because it looks monotonous when you are writing the products also then you forget better to write with pencil and you will get ठीक है ना because आगे के reaction आपको easy पड़ेगा ठीक है so we'll stop over here next time homework will be each formula 5 10 times and reactions 5 times. Every day is a way. जैसे आज lecture हुआ. Next
Right,
week
chemical reaction cycle.
today और सब book से आपको questions देते हैं. ठीक है? तो आज क्या date है? 20 है. 7 days. Next time 27 को suppose lecture है. तो 7 days का जो है, ठीक है? You will be writing
7 times.
Okay? And you will do. You can see. Huh?
Oh, madam.
8 days. Wait. Today.
8 times. Have you gone crazy?
Hello, good. Start working on it.
7 times with the ball of 8 times.
Shabas.
Hello, thank you. Thank you all. Okay, bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Arjun, you want to kill us? You want to kill us or what? Why did you tell about homework to the sir?
अभी तुम्हारे
मार्क्स